3 new projects coming to East Village in downtown San Diego. Let's talk about it. My name is Michelle Plasteris. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in San Diego. I've been licensed for 10 years. And if you've been walking in downtown recently, I'm sure you've seen either something under construction, maybe a rundown building or a parking lot, and have asked yourself, what is going in here? Today, I wanted to talk about 3 new projects coming specifically to East Village in downtown San Diego, which is right across the street from Petco Park and just a few blocks from Gaslamp. Let's dive in. Project number 1. This is located on 7th and Market, and it's currently just operating as a parking lot. But what's interesting is it's located right in between 2 condominium high-rises. To the east of this lot is a building called the Mark, and to the west of this lot is a condominium high-rise called Alta. Previously, the proposal was going to be a 42-story high Ritz-Carlton with some sort of grocery store on the bottom. There was talks of Gelson's and then Whole Foods. Unfortunately, this developer lost their ability to obtain financing in the midst of COVID, and therefore the parking lot went back up to bid for developers to come in and make proposals for their own projects. The current proposal in play that has sort of won that bid is a developer by the name of Chelsea Incorporated. They're local to Carlsbad, and they've come forth with a project proposal for 3 8-story affordable housing buildings. Now, what quantifies affordable housing in San Diego? I'm sure you're wondering, as did I. And the answer is, it's a household earnings of 30 to 80% of the area median income, which comes out to approximately $120,000 for a family of 4. This project is great in one aspect because the homeowners, I'm sure at the Mark, are sighing a deep breath of relief because with the 42-story high project of the Ritz-Carlton, the views to the west side of that building would have been dramatically altered versus the current proposed project is only going to be 8 stories high. So the views to the west are not going to be as dramatically obstructed. They might change, of course, but I'm sure it's going to be better than what was previously proposed. And I'll be sure to include some renderings below so you can see what this project is going to look like. Project number 2. This is actually adjacent to project number 1. It's located at 611 Island Avenue. I'm sure you've seen it if you've been in East Village. It's operating as the ballpark storage unit. And what's going in there, which is kind of exciting because we haven't seen really a condominium built in East Village since the early 2000s. This is going to be a 40-story condominium high-rise. It's expected to break ground in early 2025, and the developer's name is Cresleigh Homes. And what's interesting about this project is they have sort of like a green initiative, which is placated towards the future homeowners in this particular kind of high-rise. So they're doing things like including EV parking. They're adding additional storage to make sure that there's sufficient storage for things like bicycles for the future residents. And I also think that the building has a really great design. I'll be sure to include the renderings below, but it's got sort of like a nice contemporary design with a lot of surface area for the windows. So I think it's a good thing. It's long overdue for a condominium high-rise in East Village. We've seen a lot of apartments go in. So it's interesting that these 2 projects are going to be coinciding with one another. But again, it's long overdue for East Village. We haven't seen this type of development happen in many years. Project number 3. This is located on 10th and Island. It's called the K Elevate Hotel Project. And I think this project is so interesting. So it's sort of a hotel, long-term or flexible stay. So what does that mean? Well, it means that of all the units, there's 135 units. Each unit is going to have a washer dryer and a kitchen, so it placates to anyone who wants to stay for one night or an extended stay. I think this is great because majority of the HOAs in downtown San Diego do not permit the use of any sort of short-term application like Airbnb or VRBO. So a project like this I think will do really well. I've seen this sort of concept do well abroad and in Europe and places like Italy. So I think it will placate to people that come down here, for example, traveling nurses, maybe some of the Padres athletes or professionals that come down and stay for long weekends at the convention. So I'm curious to see how it will perform. The project is almost finalized, and again, I'll be sure to provide some renderings down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to be posting a video every single week of all things San Diego real estate and lifestyle related, and I would love if you stayed tuned and follow along with me.